Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, children. Today we are going to work out some numericals from the first chapter. So the problems are very easy, children. I'll just work out some of the problems, and I'll be trying to give you the solutions for the other problems. I'll be sharing it, work out the problems, and if you have any doubt, let me clear to you. Okay, children? So let us move on to the problems. Now, this is problem number 1.6. Okay, so let us read the problem. 4-point charges. QA is 2 microcoulomb, QB is minus 5 microcoulomb, QC is 2 microcoulomb, and QD is minus 5 microcoulomb. Now all these charges are located at the corners of a square ABCD of side 10 centimeter. What is the force on the charge of 1 microcoulomb placed at the center of the square? Now look at the diagram. Hope you should be able to understand the diagram. Now 4 charges are kept on the corners of a square. This is charge A, QA, QB, QC and QD, and the values are given, and it is a square whose side is 10 centimeter. Now there is a charge in the center of the square which is Q equal to 1 microcoulomb. Now what is your question is, you need to find out what is the force on the charge. Now we are going to use Coulomb's law for this. Now I am going to consider each and every charge separately. First, to start with, look at this diagram. I am going to find out the charge between the charge at A and O. And similarly, I am going to find out what is the force between charge at B and O. Similarly, find out the force between charge kept at C and Q. Similarly, find out the force between charge kept at D and O. Now I am going to find out the magnitude of force and also the direction of the force using Coulomb's law. So first let us do that. Now according to Coulomb's law, what is the formula? F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Let me start with the formula. F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square, right? Now I have two charges, Q1 Q2. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, I know it is 9 into 10 power 9, but I need to substitute for R square. Now R square is the distance here, the distance between these two charges, that is AO distance has to be found out, which is R. So how to find out the distance AO? A simple formula, children. Now the diagram is a square, right? Now if it is going to be a square, right? In a square, if side is A, so what is the side of the general formula I am saying? See, if the side of a square is A, then its diagonal is A root 2. So according to this, now the side of the square is 10 centimeter, right? So A of the given square is 10 centimeter. So what will be the value of the diagonal will be 10 root 2, right? But I don't want the diagonal, half of it, because diagonal is 10 root 2 means, then what is AO? In that case, or AO or OA will be, what will be the value, children? OA will be half of it. It is 5 root 2. Right? So I have got the value of OA. I can use the same value for the other OA or OB or OC or OD. The value is 5 root 2. Clear? Now I'm going to apply the formula. Right? Now first force on A. So it is a vector. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 power 9 into what is Q1 microcoulombs, 2 into 10 power minus 6 into what is Q1 into 10 power minus 6 divided by 5 root 2 into, because the side is 10 centimeters, so it has to be converted into meter, so it is 10 power minus 2 the whole square. Now what will be the direction here? Now the direction will be along, go back to the diagram. Now here also it is positive charge. Imagine a test charge to be positive always, and here or the charge itself they have given the value as 1. Now here the charge is plus, so here also it is plus, here also it is plus. The force of repulsion, so it will be outward, so it is along, look at this direction, it is along OC, so FA is along OC. Clear, children? Now when you simplify this, the simplification is very easy here. Now what can I do is 9 into 10 power 9. Now here it is square, so 5 square will be 25, root 2 into root 2 will be 2, so 25 into 2 is 50, and here you will have 9 into 2 18, so 18 by 50 you can simplify easily. You will get the value to be 3.6 Newton. Now the direction is along OC. Okay, ma? Now next is the force due to the charge at B with the charge at the center. Again same procedure. You will start with here 9 into 10 power 9 into what is the charge at B? It is minus 5. So 5 into 10 power minus 6 into 1 into 10 power minus 6, again the same value, divided by 5 root 2 into 10 power minus 2 the whole square. Is it clear? Is it clear? So when you simplify, again you will have the answer here as 9 Newton, and let us go to the direction here. Now here also you can simplify 25 into 2, I mean just 5 square is 25, 2 root 2 is 2, so 50, 5 tens are 50, it will get cancelled, so remaining will be 9. The powers when you adjust you will have 9 Newton. Now look at the direction here, children. Now the charge is, the magnitude of the charge is 5, which I had substituted here. Now it is a negative charge and here it is a positive charge, so there will be a force of attraction between these two. So what will be the direction of FB, children? The direction of FB is, I am going to write, it is along OB. Is it clear, children? Right? Now next we'll move on to FC. It's very easy. You have to, only thing is you have to simplify. FC is equal to, again it is 9 into 10 power 9. What is the charge at C, children? Again it is 2 into 10 power minus 6 into 1 into 10 power minus 6 divided by 5 root 2 into 10 power minus 2 the whole square. Again when you simplify you will arrive at the same answer. What is the answer here? We have substituted the same thing here also. See, children, So you will have 3.6 Newton, and here also both the charges are positive, so it is along OA. Am I right? Okay. Next, the next is FD. Okay. So again substitute 9 into 10 power 9 into 5 into 10 power minus 6 into 1 into 10 power minus 6 divided by again 5 root 2 10 power minus 2 the whole square. So same value which we did for FB. Okay, so you will have 9 Newton, and you need to mention the direction. Again D, the charge is negative. At O, the charge is positive. So what will be the direction? So the direction is along OD. Okay. Now I have found out the forces that are existing between the individual charges with the center one. Now I can write the value of FC to be equal to FA, but in the opposite direction. Similarly, FD is equal to FB, but in the opposite direction. So what is the total force that is acting at O is the sum of all this, FA plus FB plus FC plus FD. So when I substitute all the values, what will be the answer now? So I have FA plus FB. I can substitute for FC as minus FA and FD as minus FB. So the net force will be equal to 0. So this is the answer. Look at the question once again. The question is, what is the force on the charge of 1 microcoulomb placed at the center of the square? So what is the net force acting here, children? The net force acting here is 0. Hope you would have understood this sum properly. Okay. So let us move on to the second one. It is a very easy sum. It's a direct substitution of formula. Okay. So let us read the sum. An electric dipole with dipole moment 4 into 10 power minus 9 coulomb meter. So dipole moment P. Dipole moment P is equal to, what is the value they have given? 4 into 10 power minus 9 coulomb meter. Okay. Theta. So aligned at theta, which is 30 degree. Okay. In a direction of uniform electric field of magnitude. So electric field magnitude is also given, which is 5 into 10 power 4 Newton per coulomb. Okay. Calculate the magnitude of the torque acting on the dipole. So torque formula TORQUE. So torque tau equal to PE sin theta. So P is 4 into 10 power minus 9 into 5 into 10 power 4 sin 30 is 1 by 2. Correct? So when I simplify, again the answer will be 10 power minus 4 Newton meter. It's a very simple problem which involves direct substitution of the formula. Okay, so what is the torque? The magnitude of the torque is tau equal to 10 power minus 4 Newton meter. Okay, ma? Next. This is also a very easy problem. The first topic what we discussed. Okay. A polythene piece rubbed with wool is found to have a negative charge of 3, actually it should be 3.2 into 10 power minus 7 coulomb, children. By mistake they have given us 3, it should be 3.2. Okay. estimate the number of electrons transferred, okay, from which to which. We need to know whether how many number of electrons are transferred and from which to which it has been transferred, either from polythene to wool or wool to polythene. We have to estimate that. Okay, then the next question is there a transfer of mass from wool to polythene? Okay, so whether there is a any mass that has been transferred. Okay, if so, what is that? Okay, so first let me change the value here. Just I'll strike this and write the value as 3.2 into 10 power minus 7 coulomb. Okay, ma? Okay, now what is the formula you go for here? First you need to find out the number of electrons. What is the formula? Q is equal to N into E. So N is equal to Q by E. So Q is 3.2 into 10 power minus 7 divided by, what is the charge of an electron? Charge of an electron is 1.2 into 10 power minus 19. So what should be the answer? It is 2 into 10 power. When this 19 goes up, it becomes plus 19. So 10 power minus 7 into 10 power plus 12 will be, sorry, plus 19 will be 10 to the power of 12. So this many amount of electrons has been transferred. Okay, so electrons are considered to be negative charge. So which material is said to possess the negative charge here is polythene. Okay, so when you rub polythene with wool, polythene is said to acquire negative charge. So we have to write a statement. So polythene has a negative charge. So electrons are transferred from wool to polythene. So electrons are transferred from wool to polythene. Okay, so this is the answer for the first question. Okay, now what is the second question? Is there a transfer of mass from wool to polythene? Will there be transfer of mass, children? Definitely the answer is yes. Okay, so the answer is yes. Now definitely there will be a transfer of mass from wool to polythene because we consider electron to be having a finite mass. Okay, so what is the mass of an electron? Mass of an electron is 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kg. So definitely there will be a transfer of mass. So if there is transfer of mass, how much of mass is transferred? I know the mass of a single electron. How many electrons are transferred? N is equal to 2 into 10 power 12. So mass transferred will be, mass transferred is ME into N. Okay, so ME is mass of a single electron into how many number of electrons are there? 2 into 10 power 12. So what should be this answer? It will be around 1.82 into 10 power minus 18 kg. So this much amount of mass is transferred. So definitely there will be a transfer of mass. Okay, from where to where it is transferred? From wool to polythene. So this is about this. Let us move on to the next one. Consider a uniform electric field. So electric field is given. So let us write the data first. Whenever you read a sum, immediately whatever data has been given, that should be entered. So electric field is given. What is the flux of this field through a square of 10 centimeter? So A or LS, whatever it is 10 centimeter on a side whose plane is parallel to YZ plane. So I'm going to consider a square the plane of the square is parallel to YZ plane. Okay, but we are not going to consider YZ plane, we are going to consider X plane, because the question, next question is, see the question, what is the flux through the same square if the normal to its plane makes a 60-degree angle with the x-axis. So if the plane is parallel to YZ plane, then the plane should be perpendicular to the X plane, right? So if the plane is perpendicular to the x-axis, what should be, how should be the vector? The area vector should be parallel to the electric field, correct? So we have to find out in that case. Okay, so let me start with del S. Let me first write the area. So it is del S. Now what is the side of the square? It is 10 centimeters. So when you convert it into meter, it is 0.10, correct? So 0.10 into 0.10 I vector meter square. Okay, so this will be 0.01 I meter square. So this is the side. So what is electric flux formula? Electric flux phi equal to E dot del S. Okay, so what is the value of E they have given? Value of E is 3 into 10 power 3 I into 0.01 I. Okay, so when you multiply this, what will be the answer? It is 30, right? And the unit of flux is Newton meter square per coulomb. So we have found out the answer for the first question. What is the flux of this field, right? Now here I have taken the angle flux. Actually formula is phi is equal to ES cos theta, right? Now theta is 0 here because we say that the plane is parallel to YZ plane and the plane is perpendicular to the X plane. Area vector will be parallel to the electric field. So in that case theta will be 0. So we got electric flux as 30 Newton meter square per coulomb. But the second question is, what is the flux through the same square if the normal to the plane makes an angle 60 degrees? Now we have again the same formula, but this time we will write ES cos theta. We have an angle. So substitute once again. So it is 3 into 10 power 3 into 0.01 into cos 60. Okay. So when you simplify this, you will get the answer 15 Newton meter square per coulomb. So this is with respect to an angle of 60 degree. This is with respect to an angle of 0. That is theta 0, here theta 60 degree. Clear? Only thing is you have to understand the sum very clearly. Have a very clear idea of what is expected. Only then you will be able to move further. The steps will be easy then if you have clearly understood the formula. Okay, ma? Now let us move on to the next question. Next question is 1.19. Again, this is a very easy problem. Direct substitution. Point charge of Q, which is 2 into 10 power microcoulomb. So 10 power minus 6 coulomb is at the center of a cubic Gaussian surface 9 centimeter on edge. Okay, what is the net flux through the surface? Okay, so flux we have to calculate again. So again let us write the formula. Phi equal to Q by epsilon naught. Okay, so they have given the center of the cubic Gaussian surface 9 centimeter on edge. So you have to understand very clearly what are the values. It's a direct question. Net electric flux is Q is given and we know the value for epsilon naught. Substitute, get the answer. Okay. So Q is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 6 divided by, what is epsilon naught? It is 8.85 into 10 power minus 12. So when you simplify, you will have the answer 2.26 into, When you take this 12 to the numerator, it goes up and you will have 10 power plus 12, right? So you have 10 power 6, right? When you adjust the power for the SI unit, you will have, actually you will have 0.26, so it is 10 power 5. Now since you are determining flux, it is Newton meter square per coulomb. Very simple problem. Okay, let us move on to the next. A conducting sphere of radius 10 centimeter has an unknown charge. So radius is given as, where is, yes, radius is equal to 10 centimeter, right? If the electric field 20 centimeter from the center of the sphere is 1.5, so electric field is given, E is 1.5 into 10 power 3 Newton per coulomb, and points radially inward, what is the net charge on the sphere? So again go for the formula. E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. So what is the question? What is that I should find out? I should find out the value of net charge. So let me rearrange this formula. So I wanted to have the value for Q, right? So Q is 4 pi epsilon naught R square into E, right? So 4 pi epsilon naught, actually 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 power 9. I want 4 pi epsilon naught, so the value will be 1 by 9 into 10 power 9, right? See here, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught takes the value of 9 into 10 power 9. If I want 4 pi epsilon naught, it is 1 by 9 into 10 power 9, okay? Then I know the value of epsilon naught, which is 8.85 into 10 power minus 12, right? Sorry, I need not write this because I have substituted 4 pi epsilon value. Sorry children. So it is 1 by 9 into 10 power 9. R square I should substitute. So R square is, I'll substitute here. It is electric field value 1.5 into 10 power 3 into R is 20 centimeter. So when you convert it, is 0.20 square. Again, a simplification process. You have the answer 6.67 into 10 power minus 9 coulomb, which is the value of electric field. Okay. Here also the simplification process is very easy. That is why 1 divided by 9. Then you take the power 10 power 9 to the numerator, simplify all the powers. When you multiply these values, you will get the answer 6.67 into 10 power minus 9 coulomb. Okay, and we'll move on to the next one. A uniformly charged conducting sphere of 2.4 meter diameter has a surface charge density 80 microcoulomb per meter cube. Diameter is given. So radius is 2.4 divided by 2, which is 1.2. Okay. Now surface charge density they have given. Surface charge density is 80 into 10 power minus 6. Again there also micro. Find the charge on the sphere. So charge on the sphere. So Q you have to find out. So Q is equal to, actually we have to go for sigma formula. Sigma is Q by A. Q is equal to sigma into A. Sigma value is given. A is 4 pi R square, right? So substitute. Sigma is 8 point into 10 power minus 6. Ten power minus 6 into 3.5 14 into 4 into r square is 1.2 the whole square. So when you simplify, you will have 80 into 10 power minus 6 coulomb meter square. This should be the answer. Okay, not this. Sorry children, sorry. It is 1.45 into 10 power minus 3 coulomb, because I wrote the same value here. So this is 1.45 into 10 power minus 3, right? And flux you have to find out. So flux is Q by epsilon naught. Substitute directly. So when you substitute 1.45 into 10 power minus 3 into 4 pi into 9 into 10 power 9. 1 by epsilon naught I have substituted. So you will get 1.6 into 10 power 8 Newton meter square per coulomb, which is the answer. Okay, so work out this problem and let us continue with the topic. Okay, see you children.